Hey guys, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Black Lightning Season 3 review series, and today I'm going to be talking about Episode 3, The Book of Occupation, Chapter 3, Agent Odell's Pipe Dream. Now this episode pretty much continues where we left off from Episode 2 and 1. We also see that Agent Odell has recruited Khalil and has reprogrammed him into the painkiller, so he's now working closely with him. And we have also seen that Agent Odell is on a mission to recruit as many young metahumans with special abilities as possible, and is putting together his own army to possibly start a war. We also learn that the Markovian threat is very much real, and also we've seen Jefferson and Lynn are separated from their daughters, Jennifer and Anissa. So there's lots of cool stuff going on in this episode. And also in this episode we see Jefferson has got a brand new Black Lightning suit. So that was definitely the highlight of this episode. But overall, I would say this episode was very good, and Season 3 is off to a tremendous start, as I know it would. And this was a lot of fun. So, with that all said, let's get right into it. Let's talk about Episode 3, The Book of Occupation, Chapter 3, Agent Odell's Pipe Dream. So, we kick off this episode with a training montage of Khalil, aka the Painkiller, showcasing his martial arts skills. And we also see he has enhanced knowledge in other areas as well. Khalil is definitely gone, and the Painkiller is now among us. Also, Anissa returns to her apartment and finds Jennifer on her couch. Jennifer is upset her sister was out all night with no contact. Meanwhile, at the meta camp, is now in full effect. Henderson talks to his officer, who reveals there is a virus going around. She's not handling things very well and she's sick, and there's no clue as to what's wrong with her or the others. She asks Henderson to take some stolen money she's hidden to her family before she eventually collapses. Meanwhile, at the ASA facility, Odell visits Lynn and Jefferson in their niche. Odell wants their help with the virus outbreak, revealing that the virus only affects those with special abilities, like the metahumans, and it is extremely fatal. It should be a priority. Odell says to them to leverage them. He explains that it could even kill his own daughters. In Freeland, the ASA pursues Blackbird. She's pretty pinned down, but texts Jen that she'll be out late. At school, we see a new guy show up looking for Jennifer. She is supposed to be giving him a tour. Meanwhile, back at the ASA, Odell pays Jefferson a visit and claims Dr. Jace is right outside the Freeland perimeter. He gives Jefferson a watch that is full of tech that only he can use. It turns out it is a brand new Black Lightning suit, and Jefferson puts it on and helps Odell get home. At the camp, even public servants and the police are being registered and tested to see if they are metahumans with special abilities. Elsewhere, Odell pays Tobias a visit, and to help get Tobias to comply, Odell tortures him by turning on a concentrated UV red light to burn his skin. Now this is quite interesting because all throughout 2 seasons, Tobias has shown very little weakness. He doesn't age, he's extremely strong and virtually impervious to pain, so to see him sitting there in his cell literally get fried was quite shocking, really, because he's so far been posed as this unstoppable threat to Black Lightning, so to actually see him in pain was different, to say the least. So it shows that even with all his gifts, that he is still human at the end of the day. Jennifer gives the new kid the most bleak school tour ever, while elsewhere Odell tells Painkiller to suit up. Outside in Freeland, Henderson's wife pays him a visit, and a citizen asks Henderson when all of this madness is going to stop. She slaps him. Later, Odell comes back and apologises to Tobias. He needs his help, but Tobias has demands of his own. Lynn discovers that the virus is man-made and is likely came from Psychotronic sent by Dr. Jace. Henderson takes the money to the officer's family just as instructed, and at the Pierce house, Odell is waiting for Jennifer and lies to her about the Markovians killing Khalil's mother. He also recruits Jennifer to help with the Markovian threat. Now, we've seen for like the past 2 episodes Odell's been trying to reach out to Jennifer and grooming her to basically work with him, and it looks like it's finally paid off. So it looks like now Jennifer is working with Agent Odell, but unbeknownst to her, she is actually working with the enemy, and that the other enemy is on the outside. So it's quite interesting to see how this is all going to play out. Elsewhere, the Markovians spot a shooting star in the sky, and it's actually Black Lightning in his new suit. The person he rescues decides that their mission is now to take out Dr. Jace. Black Lightning then puts the beat down on some Markovians while the ASA agent gets Jace's location. Elsewhere, Anissa and Grace reconnect. Anissa tells Grace she loves her no matter what her shape or form is. Grace shifts to an old man and says she doesn't even know who she is anymore. Then Anissa goes to the bar and ends things with Jamila, who is cool with it. Jennifer as Lightning attacks a data farm for Odell, who then sends Painkiller to kill people due to an address he gives him. Back at the ASA, Odell releases Jefferson and Lynn, although they don't really trust it. They do eventually return home to both of their daughters on the couch waiting for them. Meanwhile, back at the ASA, Tobias sees Black Lightning what appears to be a hallucination of sorts, but it's actually Tobias who declares he will kill Black Lightning, and that's pretty much wraps up episode 3. Excellent episode. Absolutely loved it, really enjoyed it, absolutely digging the new suit that Jefferson is wearing, really looking forward to seeing that in action. And this was a lot of fun, and to see Jennifer actually now officially be recruited as another one of Odell's ultimate weapons is a very good twist. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that angle is going to play out. But yeah, overall this was a very good episode. Really enjoyed this a lot, and as I said at the very beginning, Jefferson getting his brand new Black Lightning suit was definitely the highlight, and maybe we might see this suit be used in the Crisis crossover. You never know. That's all I'm going to say. You never know. So I'm going to wrap up this review of this episode. What did you think of episode 3? Did you enjoy it? What's your thoughts on Black Lightning's new suit? Do you think he could use this in the Crisis crossover event? What's your thoughts on Jennifer now officially working with Agent Odell? What about Khalil being reprogrammed as the Painkiller? How do you think that's going to play out? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will be back next time for another edition of the Black Lightning Season 3 review series, where I'll be talking about Episode 4, which I am very much looking forward to talking about. So until next time, take care everybody, and stay safe.